Hello there. This is Reverend Deb Hill Davis from Unity Church of Ames, welcoming you to Take 5 with Rev Deb. It is Wednesday evening, a little after 6, and I want to just invite you to join me for 5 minutes of peace. I don't know about you, but I've had an incredibly busy day. And lots of good things, but it just was busier than I would like. Take 5 is a theater term about taking 5 minutes a break. And it's a time out to pause, breathe, reset before you go into the rest of your day, in this case, your evening. So if you have the capacity to take 5 right now, this is a good time to just take that break and relax. Take that break and just breathe into everything right now you're grateful for. This weekend is Halloween. This weekend is we fall back. We get an extra hour of sleep. I'm grateful for that. we get we go into November, which is a season of gratitude. And one of the things I want to take 5 and reflect on is how much words of appreciation really mean. When I hear words of genuine appreciation, they are like music to my ears. Words of genuine appreciation are like a balm to my soul. When I hear words of appreciation, what that tells me is I've been seen and heard, and people have noticed something I've done, something I've said, some way I've shown up for them, and they really appreciate it. They're grateful. So take a moment to think of where you would want to express words of appreciation. I'll tell you, I went to the post office today, and the poor clerk behind me, who was there, said the person right before me had been so rude and so obnoxious, she had to just pause and breathe. And this poor postal clerk told me about her father who has gone into hospice, her husband who has to have back surgery, and she needs to have knee surgery. All of that on her plate, plus working with the general public. I reached over the counter and she paused and really helped me figure something out. What was the most economical way to mail packets that we're sending out? And I looked at her and I said, I really appreciate that you have taken so much time to really help me. And I thought this poor woman was going to cry. That's when she told me about all the things going on in her life. And then she told me about the person right before me who had been so rude. And, words of appreciation matter. I reached over and I took her hand and I said, I'm a minister and I'm going to pray for your family. We're going to put your name on our church's prayer list and we're going to just pray for you because I really appreciate what you do and how hard it is sometimes to work with the general public who only want to show up and complain and don't really take time to appreciate the extra effort that you've made. So I know today that my words of appreciation were a balm to her spirit, to her soul. One of the things we need to know right now is that we care about each other and that we really matter and that we're not alone. And that caring and kindness have nothing to do with money, nothing to do with wealth or flash. They're just about our fellow humans trying to get through the day. So as you take 5, whenever you listen to this, pause and realize how much you appreciate the regular people in your day, and then make a plan to express that appreciation. Because words of appreciation are gold. They really are. So this is Reverend Deb Hill Davis, Rev Deb from Unity Church of Ames, wishing you a wonderful evening and a blessed rest of your day. I'm so glad you can find me.